consumers. And we mentioned a few things as regards that concerning benefit to business organizations. One thing we said was that salesmanship lead to increase in sales of a company. It popularizes the brand, and then it leads to creating a good relationship with customers. So I said increases sales, popularizes the brand, and creates good relationship with customers as far as the business is concerned. To business organization, that is to business organizations. To societies, we talked about source of employment, bringing goods to people, improving standard of living. To customers, of course, is bringing goods closer to customers, creating so many varieties available so that customers can access goods. Reduces the distance, that is the distance between producers and consumers. Those are some of the benefits, so you can be able to go through your notes and confirm. Question number B, describe 3 methods in which as a firm may promote sales. We talked about sales promotion and what we said about sales promotion. These are attributes that can be used to improve the sales of a company. One thing we talked about was exhibitions and trade fairs. Exhibitions and trade fairs is one way. Another thing is by use of free samples that companies give when someone wants to buy. Sometimes they use this use of discounts given on products, or normally also known as price offs. Price offs means that customers can actually get a reduction in price. There are 3 types of discounts that we mentioned, actually 4. We have trade discounts given to traders, cash discounts given to those who buy in cash. There are also quantity discounts, those who buy in large quantity. At the same time, the promotional discounts. So remember all that, plus many other promotional methods that can be used. Question number C says that state 3 personal qualities of a salesman. Qualities of a salesman are quite essential, like their quality that related to their grooming, their appearance. For example, they must be neat, they must be smart, they must be well groomed so that they can be able to have a good positive appearance. And also they need to have integrity issues like honesty, very important. Then they also need to be knowledgeable. For example, knowledgeable in companies' products, even rivals' products, knowledgeable about customers. Then also they must have ability to communicate effectively with customers. And this makes them prevail and succeed in their trade. You can be able to search for other qualities which I believe you well understand. Question number C states that outline 4 duties of a salesman. What are the duties of a salesman? When we introduced the unit, we talked about some roles that salesmen play. One of them is prospecting. Prospecting is actively searching for new customers. Another duty is conducting product presentations, that is presenting to customers as far as the product is concerned. There are various techniques of presentations that we looked at, like product approach, or in terms of showing customers how product works. We also looked at referral approach, using maybe referral clients to approach them. We also talked about demonstration as another duty of a salesman. They can demonstrate the product, that is, shows the buyer how the product works. They also handle objections from prospects, ensure that they handle objection, deal with the doubts that the prospect may have. Another thing is make actual sales. Making actual sales, meaning that they take the order, they get the money from the customer, and this is a very important duty. Another duty is conduct follow-up or maintain contact with their customers as long as that person is still engaged with the company as a customer. State 5 categories of sales presentations. 5 categories of sales presentations. Remember, we looked at this area as well. What are the categories of sales presentations? One that we looked at was fully automated presentation. This is where the salesman use prepared materials and allow them to run maybe through video or through PowerPoint presentations, and just plays it, and then afterward they can answer questions from prospect. Then we have semi-automated presentation. This is where the prospect, the salesman use materials like brochures and other things to aid into a presentation that has been prepared. Are we together? Then, of course, we have are you hearing? Owino, are you hearing? Oh, good, very good. So we have these kinds of presentations that we need to remember. Question number F. State 3 areas of knowledge that are important to a salesman. Areas of knowledge, what we are talking about knowledge is the salesman need to know about the product very well, in and out, and understand it very well. 2, the salesman also need to know about the company they are representing it, what products they have, what policies they do have as regards the selling. Then also, the salesman needs to know about competitors and competitors' products. Get to know what is being offered. Let's say, for example, you're selling maybe merchandise, maybe serviettes or tissue papers. For, let's say, tissue paper for a nun. You need to know that there are also other brands in the market, and check out what prices do they have. So you get to know your competitor's product, get to know your own company's product, get to know your company very well. So that, and of course, very important, one need to know the selling techniques so that they can be effective in selling. Question number G, we can see that outline 3 advantages of using product samples in aiding selling. Now, what are the advantages of using product samples? One is that consumers normally tend to enjoy the free samples, and this allows them also to evaluate the product before they buy it. So they buy exactly what they have known. So it's like it gives them opportunity to try the product. And also it helps the producers to induce the customer into buying. Sometimes you feel that after taking the sample, then you are obligated to buy that product. Then also it enables the customer to ask questions about the product. You can give a feedback and say that this product is good, this product has got a problem here, a problem there, because they have an experience with it. And that now allows the company to make modification if necessary. Of course, there are disadvantages of use of free samples. For example, it is expensive to give free samples because it costs the company. Producers sometimes fail to achieve the targeted sales increase because maybe people just enjoy the free sample, but they do not actually buy more. And There are some people who just want to take advantage of those free samples, but never even purchase the product. H, we can see that at least 3 middlemen that are members of a 3-level distribution channel. When we talked about methods of distribution, we talked about various channels. Now, 3 middlemen that are members of a 3-level distribution channel. The distribution channels are in level. We have 0 level, 1 level, 2 level, and 3 level. 0 level has got 2 members, that is producer and consumer. In other words, there is no middleman. 1 level has got 3 participants, producer, retailer, and consumer. 2 level has got 4 members, producer, wholesaler, retailer, and consumer. And then 3 level has got 5 participants, at least 3 middlemen there. So 3 middlemen here are agents or distributors, wholesalers and retailers. Remember, there are 5 participants in a 3 level. The first one is producer, which is not a middleman. The last one is the consumer, which is not a middleman. But the 3 in between are the ones that we are talking about. So you need to take keen interest there so that you don't make confusion. You remember, we also said that middlemen are also referred to as intermediaries. They bridge the gap between producer and retailer. So you need to remember that as well. If there is any question in all those areas, you will be able to have that opportunity to ask, okay? Describe any 3 principles of communication. Describe any 3 principles of communication. Remember when we were looking at this, we talked about the 7 C's of communication. And actually we gave 9, and there are even more. So what I want you to do is to go through those 7 C's of communication that we drew even a diagram. That communication need to be concise. That communication need to be, there must be some creativity in communication. Are we together? So I want you to go through that area and do a revision so that you are not confused here again, okay? 7 C principles of communication. 7 C principles of communication. Now, you should not confuse it with the elements of communication. Remember, I gave you elements of communication and also I gave you principles of communication. So you need to ensure that you do not confuse the 2 areas. These are part 1. Let's look at part 2. Let's look at part 2 of the questions. Part 2 of the question is explain 5 types of salespeople. This one we did it the very first time, and again we took a look at it in topic 10. Remember when we were looking at topic 10, we again identified some types of salespeople. So I want you to remember what we looked at the other time. We talked about the various types of salespeople as as order takers and order getters. Order takers examples are inside order taker. Inside order taker is someone who sits behind a counter and sell to customers who come over. Like most of groceries and shops have, those guys are known as inside order takers because they take customers' requests and act on them. We have Delivery salespeople. These are people who are concerned with delivering items, like those people who distribute milk or bread. They normally act as delivery salespeople. They tend to deliver products to customers. We have missionary salespeople. Missionary salespeople, they normally drum support for a product. They just create awareness and induce demand before other salespeople come and sell to them, like those who work in pharmaceuticals and other such like organizations. Then also we have outside order takers. These ones are those who visit customers to get orders from them. In most cases, they tend to go door to door or walk to where customers are and ensure that they get orders, then come back to the company. Then when it comes to organizations, for example, when dealing with organizations, most of the time you find that there are those who get orders or get business to the company. So we find that companies employ those people who are called, many a times they are called business development executives or business developers. Their role is to create new business. So they go out and identify prospects, identify customers, especially to close a business for a company. And mostly this is an area where many people have been employed as salesmen because they reach out as representing the company in getting customers. Then also we have organizational salespeople. These are people whose role is to create long-term relationship with organization. That is organization selling activities. So they don't necessarily reach for individual customers, but they reach out to company as customers. Then we have consumer salespeople. These are specifically targeting customers, individual customers. Then also we have technical support salespeople. These are highly skilled, highly technical guys who understands the product in details, especially those complex products, and can explain them to clients. And normally they also play a very important role in selling as far as organization selling is concerned. We can also talk about question number 2B, explain 5 ways in which a salesman may encourage future sales. How can a salesman encourage future sales? One thing that we suggested, we know, remember what we said. Type one answer there. Malcolm, remember what we said? Yes, type 1 answer as well. How do you encourage future sales? How do you encourage future sales? And Mungai. Yes, giving incentives, that is good. We give incentives to customer, incentives like discounts, like maybe free samples, free products. That is very important. It's like you building a foundation for future business, yeah? Giving bonuses. What bonuses? Do you give bonuses to customers, or you give bonuses to your sales team? Now, this is our focus on customers, not sales team. Bonuses we give to sales teams. Asking who? Whom do we ask feedback? Customers. You're asking for feedback from them. You need to do a lot of explanation there. Building long-lasting relationship. Well, this is good. Creating a lasting relationship. How do you do that? Like retail shops normally give what you call the cards, the loyalty cards, so that you keep on purchasing from there by giving loyalty points, like what Safaricom is doing by giving Bonga points. This is creating a lasting relationship, and also maybe dealing with customers, handling their issues, their problems, being concerned about them. This is a good one. We can be able to take that. Another very obvious one. It's a very obvious one. Providing quality products. You give quality product offerings. Responding to customers' questions or needs, or tackling their problems. If they have a problem, they have an issue, you can tackle that. You can add more. You can add more. You can add more there if possible. Let's go to the next question. Next question. So let's look at question 3, 4, and 5. 3 and 4, sorry, 3 and 4. We can say that explain 5 methods a salesman may use to prospect for customers. Which methods can be used for prospecting for customers? This is, remember, prospecting, we said, is actively looking for new customers who have never been, who have never purchased your product. Yes, that contribution is right, Michelle. Yes, let me hear about prospecting. What do we do? What are the methods of prospecting? Let's look at those methods of prospecting. Yeah, one method we can look at is one method of prospecting we can look at is cold canvassing. Now, when we talk about cold canvassing, what we mean is trying to reach out to customers without prior appointment. It's a commonly used method that has its challenges, but of course, always it yields results. And that's why organizations still use it, despite the fact that it is challenging. That is reaching out to customers without prior appointment. Another method we can refer to is known as the use referral approach, or present customers. Present customers can refer you to potentially hot prospects. So you have present customers, they can refer your company to another group of people, and that is a very important source. Another important source is use of directories. Directories like postal directories, trade association directories. When we talk of trade association, we talk about an industry. For example, manufacturers in Kenya, they have a list of all manufacturers. And you want to sell to a manufacturing firm, you can get details from there. And that could be an important source. Another very important source is the internet, online sources, very, very active, very, very vibrant source today that anyone can use to be able to get new customers. Another very important one is inquiries. Inquiries are normally derived or gotten from people who walk into the organization to make inquiries, those who call to make inquiries, those who try to maybe find out about the company. And normally, a good organization tends to take note of anyone who might be interested. They could be contacted for as future customers. So those are important sources that we can look at. We can also talk about people known as the spotters. Spotters more or less act like referral clients, people who have been referred to the organization, but with the aim of creating new, with the aim of creating new business. Let me hear you from your side, of the world. What are some of the, who are some of the what are some of the sources of customers? Let me hear you. Jerry, what have you added there? Let me see. Yes, referrals, cold calling. Yes, all those are good. The use of spotters, partnership, press media, print media, very important. Yes, print media, very good. Like newspapers or magazines. Very good. Very important, telling a friend to tell a friend. That is referrals. Very good. Talk about exhibitions and trade fairs. Exhibitions and trade fairs. When a product presentation is not is not actually what you wanted to mean trade fairs. Maybe that's what we can use it as trade fair, not product presentation. Yes, product is trade fairs or exhibitions. We have centers of influence, like those people who are influential in organizations, and they can be able to lead you to, or to buy, or to influence your ability to make purchase. Like maybe we're dealing with family, who is the center of influence in the family. Good. So you can, I see that really you're good at. Explain 5 uses of nonverbal method of communication. What are the uses of nonverbal method of communication? Yes, remember nonverbal methods of communication? Nonverbal entails use of gestures. It doesn't involve use of words, but there are signs or there are signals that normally are utilized by the communicator in order to pass the message. So what are some of the uses of nonverbal communication? Let me hear your contribution. I've really talked to you people, you are quiet. So can you tell me uses of nonverbal communication? Yes, andika hapo Kirian. Write it down there. You are not writing. Yeah, good. Integrating message. How does it integrate message? Maybe you want to say complements verbal message, like when talking and using gestures. Yes, that one is good. Replaces verbal. Instead of calling somebody by their name, you can motion them to you. That is good. Replaces verbal message. Complements verbal message. Use of gestures. When talking, you talk and you show with your hands. Another one. Another use is, we said it contradicts verbal message. Sometimes you might be saying, oh, I like you, I really like you, but you can see in their faces, what the face displays is not exactly what the mouth says. And many of us have been caught there. We have been caught on the wrong side of this. Verbal message, the body language shows or demonstrates a different thing while we are saying something else. Very important. It regulates. Very important. Yes, of course, verbal messages, we tend to believe, non-verbal messages tend to be, we believe them more because they show actually what is in the heart of the person. It kind of give away. Very, very good. I can see there you are red hot. Question number 4. Outline the importance of insurance to business. What is the importance of insurance to business? And this one is a walk in the park. You did a good presentation from there, and you should not have any problem. What is the importance of insurance to business? One, it spreads risks. The risk are spread across many traders, for example, those people who have insured their business. Then also it guarantees protection. It guarantees protection against business failure. For example, you know that your business might, as Malcolm says, provides very good. Then it also frees your capital so that you can use it instead of putting reserves for maybe a negative future. Then also we can talk about it encourages development, because normally insurance company collects so much funds which can be used, can be borrowed, or can be used to develop other sectors. Then of course there is that confidence of continuity to business, because in case of any risk happening or any destruction or any peril like fire, you can be restored back to you where you used to be before. So those are good contribution. Now, question number B, describe 5 advantages of road transport. What are the advantages of road transport? As you are looking into that, you also need to look at other key areas of insurance, like the principles of insurance, characteristics of insurance schemes, benefits of pooling of risks, and the terms used in insurance. So you need to remember those. Don't forget about them. And now, advantage of road transport. One thing is very flexible. It reaches many places. It's relatively cheap compared to railways and airline. What are the advantages? There are very many different types of carriages. For example, there are cars, there are trucks, there are lorries, there are vans, which can be effectively used for the purpose that is required. So like if you have only 1 ton of goods, you don't have to hire a 20-ton vehicle to transport them. So remember also other areas of transportation, like get to know about human pottage, get to know about use of donkey carts or carts driven by animals or by people, get to know about railways, get to know about air transport and water transport. Those areas you must always be updated. Then also we have question number 3, outline 6 essential features of a warehouse. What are the features of a warehouse? Features of a warehouse. It must have a suitable location. That is very important. There must be that ability to protect goods. Ability to protect goods, and that is very important. Yes, I can see your contribution for the previous questions. They are good. They are very good answers. Another for warehouse is that they should be accessible to users. They must be fitted with the right equipment for handling products or goods. The staff employed there must be well trained. The building needs to be designed to be suitable for storing items, storing goods, like those go-downs. Remember, warehouses can also be called go-downs or depots or silos. If you come across those names, they also may mean the same thing as warehouse, go-downs, silos, or depots. Depot is written as depot, D-E-P-O-T, but read as depot. Yes, someone talking about parking space around the building. Yeah, that is should be necessary. Very good. I can see you guys are well endowed with good answers. Another feature is we say that staff must be well trained so that they know how to handle goods. Then also it must operate lawfully. Lawfully, we mean they must consistently abide by the government regulations. Are we together? Last question, list 4 ways in which banking contributes to business activities. How does it contribute to business activities? How does banking contribute to business activities? Let me get your answers there. How does banking contribute to business activities? They provide opportunity to save, thereby making available funds for borrowing. Those who want to borrow money to invest, they get that opportunity because of the savings that are facilitated by banks. They facilitate transfer of funds, which makes it easier and safe. What else? What else? They provide foreign exchange facilities, yes, for those who want to import goods and they need foreign currencies. They can be able to facilitate that. So that's a good one. Yes, another point. Let me hear another point from someone there. What does banks do? They provide saving facilities. People can save their money and their monies are safe from theft and what have you. They offer security for those who want to save. What else? Yes, they can provide short-term financial needs like bank overdraft. Bank overdraft is when you are in short of money and you can actually get to the banks and they give you an overdraft. Very good. I can see you guys are red hot in that. The problem is that only the 3 guys, you 3, ndio mnakujanga class wengine, they said took a leave, okay? But anyways, okay, that's a good revision. But I want to share with you a few questions from a past paper called Salesmanship, July 2019. Now take this question, listen to me very carefully and write it down. Dictation, just as we do in class. Question 1. Highlight 6 reasons. Highlight 6 reasons that make a salesperson to choose rail transport in distributing goods to customers. Highlight 6 reasons that make a salesperson choose rail transport in distributing goods to customers. Did you get it? Highlight 6 reasons that may make a salesperson to choose rail transport in distributing goods to customers. Good. I think we can end there unless you have a question. If you have a question, you can write it there or you can say it. Any question? Kirian, you have a question? Mungai, you have a question? I thought we gave notes on insurance last year. Yeah? Yes. And I gave you back your papers. Yeah, I will post the test papers there for you. And I'll put some questions as well. That yours is complicated. What is complicated? The quiz has no deadline, but you need to do them. Yes, I'm going to add other quizzes. I'm going to add other quizzes. Make sure you do them, and I'll provide notes for you on the portal, so that notes for every area. Okay. Yeah. Right. So for notes, I'll be able to provide those areas. So I'll post them on the portal per topic. Why can they access the portal? Everyone should access the portal. See, I can see their names on the portal. Why are they not coming? Okay, if no more questions, I'm going to add more questions on the portal as a quiz, and you'll be able to go through. I'll make it open so that anytime you access, you can be able to look at them and try them so that you can evaluate yourself. Okay? Internet, I thought you are given credit for free. You are given money to buy bundles, subsidized bundles. Why are you saying there is no internet connection? Right. So I think let's now engage in diaspora is even better because there is high connectivity of internet in diaspora. So that is no excuse. So talk to your friends.
You are currently the only person in this conference. You are currently the only person in this conference.